Hi, for those of you that don't know me already, my name is Angela Bocock and I run the Farmart Magazine. You've probably seen these magazines, these green A4 publications. They've been around for over 37 years. So it's a free monthly agricultural directory of suppliers that is delivered in the post every month. So I just wanted to make this video to reassure, first of all, my advertisers and readers that your April issue is being printed right now and everything is operating as normal in terms of getting the next magazine out. So as long as the Royal Mail Post Office still keeps working, then the magazines will be landing at the start of next week on farms. Now, I know obviously these have been very changing, turbulent times. I'm actually stood in front of a backdrop of a display board that I had produced specifically to attend shows and events over the forthcoming months, which obviously really sadly have been cancelled. So this is probably one of the opportunities only that I might have this year of getting it out and letting it see the light of day. So I just wanted to show you this really, because you won't be able to see it in real life perhaps for quite a while. There are a couple of points that I wanted to get across today actually, both to our current advertisers and those that potentially might be our advertisers at some point in the future. We're all obviously in a time of uncertainty. Nobody quite knows how long this period of being curtailed in our movements is going to last for. But I wanted to say that it will end. I can see that my dog is helping out with this presentation as well, and I work with children or animals. It will pass. It feels horrible, I know, right now. It's scary. And obviously I've been on social media and I've seen various reports of people being very despondent, very sad, very nervous about the future, which I can totally understand, but we need to know that it will come to an end and life perhaps might not be operating in the same way that it was before, but that'll be okay and we will get around it. So what we need to do as business owners is to think, how are we going to keep our businesses alive during this time of uncertainty, so that when we come out of it, in whatever day we're going to call it, Independence Day, Freedom Day or something like that, that those customers, there will be, I think, an absolute flurry of activity, of people ready to buy, wanting to get back into the normal sort of routines and sales aspect that they've already got. And so we need to make sure that your business is there in the forefront of their minds, so that when they're ready to buy, it's your number that they're ringing. So my first point really, I've made some slides with the help of my children, who obviously are helping me work from home. So your business is not gone, it is just on pause. So I want you to remember that really, that we can use this as a really good opportunity to work on our businesses. We've never had this time frame before where we're not scurrying about doing the normal sort of frenetic activities that we do to produce maybe the products and services that we normally do. And so we've got this opportunity of time perhaps to take stock of our businesses and to decide how we're going to grow and develop and get those important customers to stay with us, and those new customers to find us and stay with us as well. So, next slide. What is your bounce back plan? As business owners, we need always to be planning really, and so this time more than anything else, I think it's important just to have a consideration to how things are going to work out. I think actually as well, in the agricultural sector, we're particularly fortunate compared with some other industries. Irrelevant of what's happening in the economy or what the government policy is or anything like that, things in nature and the rural environment, it will still happen. Grass will continue to grow. Livestock will continue to need to be fed. Cows will still need to be milked, vegetables are still going to be growing, and crops that are already in the ground growing, they will still need to be harvested in the summer or the autumn. So that sort of activity, it's not stopping whatsoever. So we are very fortunate in this sector to have that state of play, and obviously, you know, the country generally needs farmers to keep that food production chain going. So obviously in turn with that, if the farmers are still working as much as before, then potentially you can still sell to them as much as before. However, I appreciate that there will be a number of you that have very much a changing environment in terms of how your customers are operating, when and where they're buying or not, as the case may be. So I've got a few questions that you might find helpful to ask yourself. So if you're struggling to get sales for your business, can you sell to someone differently? Have a think about what it is that you provide right now that maybe you could sell to other firms or other environments or sort of organisations. So if you sell in a rural sector, could perhaps you focus on I don't know, caravan sites as potential customers, equestrian outlets, other rural centres of some kind. So yeah, have a think about who else you could sell to that's different than your core farming customer base. Secondly, sell differently. So maybe at the moment you have sales reps that go out and about on farms, obviously not able to do that anymore, so could they perhaps set up video links with their customers? Maybe historically you've always put an advert in the Farmart or another publication, so rather than placing an advert, perhaps maybe think about writing some kind of article or editorial to explain how a farmer has been utilising your product, how it's benefited their farming activities, and therefore get your customers potentially thinking of how they could utilise your product in a different way. So sell in a different method. And then finally, maybe sell something different. So for example, I don't know, if you sell calf milk powder, presumably your customers are calf farmers. In addition to milk powder, they will also be buying calf hutches, milk buckets, teats. If they're having calf heifers, that may be calving aids or things like that. So what else could you add on to your core product and services that they will also need to buy from other avenues? So see if you can sort of encompass that in the offerings that you have as well. Now, I know it's all very well and good having these ideas for different sort of ways of marketing, but I appreciate that it will be very hard for some companies. I'm not going to lie, it's not an easy time right now. So what we've done at the Farmart is to have a think about how we can help our current customers and obviously our potential future customers as well, sort of get through this scenario. So we've come up with three, hopefully, very practical ideas. First of all, advertiser of the day. Now we've got probably in the region of about 4,500, 5,000 followers on different social media platforms. A lot of our advertisers that have been with us for donkey's years only use the Farmart magazine to promote their businesses through advertising. And that's great, and obviously it works year on year on year, but maybe we could help by promoting their businesses as well on social media platforms, and we're very happy to do that. I think perhaps we might just have to have more than one advertiser per day, maybe 2 or 3, so we can promote different companies, maybe breakfast, lunch and tea time through our social media channels, and we will be contacting our current advertisers over the next few days to organise a schedule of when we can do that for them. Secondly, general marketing advice. At the Farmart, we've got, there's myself plus 3 additional sales reps who have got decades of marketing experience. So utilise us, give us a ring just to have a chat about brainstorming different ideas that you might have for promotions or marketing in your business generally. Very often it's people that are outside of your business that might just spark some kind of idea or question why you're doing things. So give us a ring. It's going to be free. Just have a chat for 10 minutes about some ideas that you've got, or maybe ask us about what ideas that we've got that might be useful in terms of promoting you to a potential new customer base. And then finally, on the finances side, cash is king, obviously, and I know that many businesses across the whole country will be struggling to maintain that cash flow. So what I wanted to say is, if any of our customers have had invoices sent out to them just recently and you are really struggling to coordinate payments on time, then don't just bury your head in the sand. Give us a ring, talk to us about it, and we will be sensible, because the main thing that we need to ensure is that when we come out the other side of this awful situation, that you are still in business, and that is the main thing that we need to ensure. So I would much rather have those conversations now rather than further on down the line when it's potentially going to be a lot more difficult. So to conclude, the last slide that I wanted to put in front of you is just to say marketing is an essential spend. Without your customers, you're going to have no business. It's important just to maintain your presence in front of those people, even if they're not interested in buying right now. The minute that they turn their mindset into becoming a buyer, they need to have your phone number right to hand. So obviously at the moment, historically, the flow of money has been sort of constant and moving around the economy. Right now, that flow of money has paused, but when we come out the other side, that's going to come up again. And I think the speed and the pace of turning things around when we come out the other side is going to be incredible, higher and faster than we've ever seen before. So you need to be ready. I'm hoping, obviously, that will include some kind of promotion as part of the Farmart, whether it's in recent times, whether it's next month or in 6 months' time. That's fine. But the main thing is, get your business plan ready, make sure that your customers know where to find you, and hopefully I'll be speaking to you soon. Thank you.